Removing the amnesia of your multidimensional self is never accomplished in being more in the ego, being more in the mind, and feeling that this will create some kind of remembrance, while this will never take place in such a way. This is an error in consciousness, which is why so many starseeds, light workers, and humans aiming at ascension are not seeing more of their conscious self, and often ask with ego, "But how do I remember? I think I can somehow, but don't know how," as this is where it is about realizing an intent that you carry now. With such an intention, then you are manifesting more of your consciousness, and connecting more with who I am as your Commander Ashtar, of who we are of the angelic realms, of the Galactic Federation of Light, to be with you in your own inner merging with Source. It is never about thinking, as most humans have been trained to feel that think and you are, as this is not how it works in the higher realms. That is how it works in duality, in divided natures, which is based on separated natures. It is of no surprise that such souls aiming at ascension are still unaware of who they are, as to feel you are not who I am, in who we are as one galactic crew, is to still be lost in the duality plane. Out of this is your freedom. It is not about trying to search for this, it is not about seeking for it, as it is who you are at your root. As being multidimensional, you exist on multiple planets now. As a soul activation, you are open to a reality that is purely seen through your spiritual eyes, not the eyes that will see divisions, that will say with ego, "That is the sun, that is the moon, that is the sky, all are separate, must be some kind of connections to them, maybe, I still am confused." This happens to be a large amount of workers for the light, who are still trying to use the mind to ascend, still trying to use divisions, and then to see the human past experience of duality to be the norm of our higher realms. Such questions that surface from the ego include, well, do you guys have a money system in space? No, that is a past experience, and to not trust your intuition, then you will keep focused on duality focuses, which are never the reality of our higher dimensions. In being from the future, traveling here was a brave event, and to see how you have gone through a number of lifetimes. There are those of you that have had many hundreds of human lives, and those that only had a few. Those that have had hundreds are the ones spreading the most information about ascension, and are at the leadership role, guiding those who have only had a few incarnations on Earth. Through a steady guidance process, then you are able to feel more whole, and feel protected in knowing that you are not alone on your mission, and to know that you have beings that are well advanced on this surface with you. Our galactic collective have seen much chaos in the past on this Earth, and we still see it in who we are of the Galactic Federation of Light, of your angelic guardians, as it is clear how Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Turkey are all going through civil war events. As you are awakening more, then you are no longer seeing this as the only reality on this planet, as you see that it is part of the distortion of our future reality of the new Earth. Those stuck in the past are sticking to the mind focus of seeing only violence, hate, and fear as the norm, and this clears up why so many of you detaching from the mind are seeing the true sickness of most souls lost in duality. While you are remaining in the direct contact with our galactic crew, then you are seeing how this merging process is taking you out of all cycles of reincarnations. As to come to the past, you decided to see reincarnation as real for a temporary state, then to see this was an illusory energy field that you created, as your true self is immortal. With immediate feelings of unity, then you are gracious. You are no longer focused on those who are in the past, unstuck here, and as a result will not see immortality in the physical for a very long time, until many karma lifetimes of duality allow for more opportunities. You have an ability to evolve at a much quicker rate than most of humanity, and this is the special talent you have in being from the future, and being a time traveler. You notice how the Cabal have trained most humans to feel that time traveling is, as the ego says, impossible, and have also said nothing about our extraterrestrial presence, and instead knows that we are from the future, and the reality of such a state. Our disclosure to you now is in your recognizing more of how it is connecting to your own life now, and how there are states of comfort that allows you to create from your source, as being a master of consciousness. Your own inner alignment with your higher self is where you are connecting more into your future self, and even on our starships now, we are already in the future, and to come physically in the past is to monitor all of those from our galactic crew who decided to have amnesia, and then to choose to awaken in time for full consciousness. Ascension is only known to those of you from the stars, as those that are unaware of how it works will try and study it, try and find some way of using the 3D mind to realize it, and then to say with ego, well, no one really knows, the future is not here yet, and this is the voice of the mind of those stuck in the past. In the past there are layers of disharmony, duality planes that maintain the illusion of separation, that will use only 3D to make reality, and to know why you came back here is to see a state of emergency of the human race. The Cabal have been trying to reduce the population of this planet, and that is their plans now, as in fact, this is already taking place, and while there are certain levels of intervention allowed, that is where our starships from the future are able to deactivate nuclear missiles. In the possibility of the Earth being blown to pieces is never true, as that is a large part of why we as a galactic crew came here, to see only a reality of the new Earth for those rising their vibrations daily. The illusion of many workers for the light is to feel that no mind detachment is necessary, and it is then only important for such souls to say with ego, don't eat meat, just eat vegetables, don't do this, don't do that, and still there remains many beings that are eating fruits, vegetables, and remain in a lower vibration, stuck in the past from not detaching from the mind. The mind will never understand the higher realms, it is much more vast and advanced than any human mind, as that is why when talking about reincarnation, when talking about the future, the mind will always say, well, I do not know for sure, but could be possible. Who knows? It is crazy, insane, and never knows anything, which is why it is dangerous to hold on to this voice, which will only produce separation, and material-made focuses, instead of immortality in the physical. This is where your choice of detachment remains, in rising back into your future reality in the stars. We are connected to you in the future now, forever. We are the angelic realms. We are the Galactic Federation of Light.